Hey guys, this is Dr. Kurt, and I just want to talk about the U-turn effect. I think a big frustration for a lot of people is when they start making changes to improve their health, they either feel worse at the beginning or they're just not getting the results as quickly as possible. And so I kind of equate this to a highway and the journey that most people are on. So imagine this highway and you're heading southbound. Life's going pretty good, but in your rearview mirror is the real destination. That's your kind of true optimal health expression. For most of us in life, we always have an eye on that. I wouldn't think anyone blatantly ignores this. I just think we don't realize we're moving away from it because things usually happen slowly, gradually, and it's just when a health event occurs, it's more often than not an accumulation of a bunch of little things opposed to some big event that totally derails us. And so as we're going about life, thinking we're still in the healthy category because we have an eye on it, we can still see it in the rearview mirror. The problem is, as we're creating deficiencies, toxicities in how we think, how we move, how we eat, social, you name it, all the different functions and factors that can and will affect health. And initially, we start off with a dysfunction. And so the cells are trying to adapt. They're trying to figure out what's going on to buy you time to get back towards that health aspect of it. We rarely feel this aspect of it. The next progression, so as we're heading southbound, we're picking up steam, we're picking up momentum, is that there's going to be some sort of damage internally. And this will set off a cascade of things like oxidation and inflammation, insulin resistance, catabolic activity, you name it. But again, we're not really feeling it at this point. And so because we're not feeling it, and if we look in the rearview mirror and we see health still, then we think we're still going pretty well. With enough time and accumulation, that's when symptoms start to build up. So the fatigue, the weight gain, the brain fog, you name it. And that kind of gets our attention because now we can still see health in our rearview mirror, but now we're not experiencing it. We're starting to feel the changes. And this symptom and the dysfunction and damage that have accumulated have actually taken us quite a bit away from health. And if we kept going in that same direction, if we just kind of gave up or played victim to the symptoms, that's usually where we get a diagnosis or a disease. It's usually that symptoms where someone comes into me and basically they've had that wake up moment where they know they need to change things. And whether it's with me or just you're out in everyday thing, maybe you start a new gym, maybe you start eating differently, maybe you start paying attention to relationships, you start journaling, whatever these things are that will help improve your health, you may not feel the effects positively of those things yet because you're racing down the road at 80 miles an hour and you actually have to pull a U-turn. And when we do pull a U-turn, it's not like the movies where you just crank your wheel and you fishtail and you're good to go. For most of us, we have to decelerate, put the brakes on, physically stop, and then pull a complete U-turn. And at this point, when we get to symptoms and diagnosis, those brakes, those tires, those mechanisms in your car that are going to help you slow down and turn around are getting old, they're getting worn out. And so the effectiveness of that U-turn isn't going to be as quickly as you would like to. And so in order to kind of get back to health, but also have realistic expectations, is understand that that first part of your journey is the deceleration process. It's the process of kind of halting the progression and then turning around and heading towards that health aspect of it. So hopefully this encourages you a little bit, puts things into perspective that yes, you're doing the right thing, keep doing it, because it's probably in the mode of the deceleration process. I mean, there's a chance you're not doing the right things, but I would say more often than not, when you're doing something to improve your health, you have to accumulate it. You have to, just give it that time and deceleration in order to pull that U-turn and then head back up towards health. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. But I hope you guys have a great day.